Hi, I'm Frank Duran at Boston Comic Con, and I am sitting with Sean Murphy.
Hey.
I'm very excited to be talking to you, sir. I was really excited to see you were on the Boston Comic Con.
Thanks, man.
How's your Boston Comic Con going?
So far, in a half hour, pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
We loved your work on The Wake. I think it is a fantastic, complete volume. Where did that idea start? Did you approach Scott, or did Scott approach you?
Scott had it. He was kicking it around for a while and trying to find out when he could get it done at Vertigo. He really wanted me to do it, which I was flattered. Once we did Vampire together, he was pushing that on DC for a while. And I had to wait until I finished with Punk Rock Jesus, but once I was done with that, it was a no-brainer.
So are you a huge fan of vampires and mermaids, or is this something you've always loved, or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that lore stuff I think is interesting to most people, and it was an art challenge as well, how to handle all that water, and I try to find something new to challenge myself with in each book. So both of those books offered a lot of challenging opportunities.
Cool. I mean, are you done with American Vampire? Are you coming back at any point, or?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any plans so far to go back to Vampire.
Sorry,
right.
But the question I got to ask you is that what future projects are you working on now?
Right now, I'm working with Rick Remender on an image book called Tokyo Ghost, and then I'm going to be working with Mark Millar on one of his books starting in September, which I'm not sure what the title is yet, but that'll take me about 2 years, I'd say. I'm pretty booked up, so.
Nice. It seems like all these guys, all these writers are coming to you. How do you feel about that? All these big name comic guys.
Having your pick is great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll last forever. I mean, a lot of us peak at some point, so it would be nice to always be in demand, for writers as well. So I'm enjoying it while it lasts. I'm trying to be very careful with the books I take on. Scott and I are chatting about doing some Batman again in the future, but there's nothing concrete yet.
That is great. Now, the Batman, it was in Detective Comics number 27.
27.
And then it was the backup, and that idea is so universal to Batman, that Batman will keep going on. And
yeah.
What was your favorite, what's your favorite part about drawing the Batcave? Because that was an important set piece in that story.
I would, so that story had a lot of new stuff to design and build, and a new take on the Batcave, a new take on the Batmobile. So I did a lot of concept work for that, which was fun. I hope if I do Batman again, I'd get to draw the classic stuff as well. But Scott likes to throw me a lot of world building opportunities, so that was definitely a possibility. A motivating factor for us doing that story. So if we did a book together in the future, be it a side maxi or on continuity, it would probably be that story expanded a lot more to get into it. So
wow, that is great news to hear. Actually, yeah. Batman fans listening to this, I'm sure are like, oh boy.
Yeah. It'll be. I mean, everyone's. Capullo is kicking so much ass. I'm afraid whoever fills his shoes is going to have an uphill battle, I feel like. So maybe I'll be the third guy in line. I'll let someone else take the balls post Capullo, and then Sean Murphy is hired, and everything was fine. So we'll see.
That's cool. Now, you said world building. Is that your favorite bit about doing Batman or a licensed character, or is it? Or do you really prefer doing your own world building on Punk Rock Jesus?
I'm more interested in creating new stuff. But what was great about that was it was licensed, but it was new approach to license. So I wasn't having editors combing through, making sure everything was correct, because everything was absolutely new. So if I do mainstream stuff, usually it's with the agreement that I get to play around with stuff unimposed. So that's why you don't see me on a lot of mainstream titles for the most part. It's just not quite a good fit for the most part.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, is there anything you'd like to plug before we head out?
Yeah, I have my Cafe Racer is a book I put together with my students. It was a successful Kickstarter 6 months ago, and that'll be available soon from any of my students or myself. I wish I had a picture of it, but I don't. And Essential Sequential, our our art group can get art from Dave Johnson and Dan Panosian and Mateo and Fiona Staples. So that's definitely the place to go, I think, for your original needs.
All right,
How's
thank
that?
you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great Boston Comic Con.
Thanks guys.
Thanks.